Baby Yoda, Baby Groot, Stitch. What do these three have in common? Well, they print money for the mouse, Mickey Mouse, and the mouse needs some money. Which brings me to Marvel's most marketable little gremlin right now, Jeff the Land Shark. Jeff is that adorable land shark who first popped out of Marvel Comics in 2019 during the West Coast Avengers run. And for a while, he was niche. He was a deep cut. The kind of character only hardcore fans knew. Until some hate him, some love him, but now everybody knows him. Me? Well, I just kind of want a TV show about him. A TV show about him. Chat, let me pitch to you. Back in December 2024, Brad Windenberg, who oversaw Marvel Studios television, streaming, and animation, confirmed that Jeff is coming to the MCU. So the question now is, how do we bring him to the MCU? Do we give it a full movie? A trilogy? Something like Beverly Hills Chihuahua? Or do you go for something smaller? Like I Am Groot. It's goofy, it's clean, it doesn't over explain itself. So here's my pitch. Do the same for Jeff. 8 episodes, 5 minutes minimum. The middle episodes are mostly comedy, slapstick, make it goofy, whatever. But for episode 1 and 8, they should be a bit longer because in my pitch, they carry a little bit more of a plot, emotional arcs, and a bigger set piece. So, let's do that. Make it cute. Make it for the new generation, and make it endlessly clippable and adorable at the same time. And it builds Jeff into a legit MCU mascot without forcing him to carry a whole full feature film. Alright? You hear me out on this? Alright, let's get to the episodes then. Episode 1, Adoption. We open in an evil lab. Jeff is locked in a glass tank surrounded by other not so cute test subjects, and we watch his routine cruelty experiments, loneliness. It feels like a pet in an adoption center. Then the heroes come crashing in. We got Captain America, Falcon, Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, Shang-Chi, and they come in quick, clean, and efficient. They take down the bad guys, the evil lab people, like it's a normal Tuesday, and they find the experiments and they explain that, we got all of these animals here, kind of dangerous. Let's transfer them over to a safer facility, take care of them, make them all nice and ready to go for the wildlife, whatever. And that is when Kate passes by Jeff's tank, and Jeff looks up at her with puppy eyes. And Kate pauses there, and you can see it in her face. Oh no, I'm adopting that shark right there. And everybody else there is just like, you know what, sure, why not? And from on, then there, Kate names him Jeff. And now suddenly, Jeff has a home. Yeah. Alright, moving on to episode 2, Lucky Rivalry. Kate brings Jeff to her apartment and we meet her first pet, or Hawkeye's pet, but whatever. Lucky. Kate is obsessed with Jeff. Jeff understands her and English apparently. We don't need to explain that, just skip over it. Jeff does tricks and Jeff is living it. But Lucky's not vibing with the shark. And they lock eyes with one another, and Jeff and Lucky, they're in an instant rivalry. We make this thing like Tom and Jerry, slapstick humor, whatever. They fight over food, fight over toys, fight over territory, fight over the blanket like it's an Infinity Gauntlet. And by the end, the apartment is destroyed. Kate walks in, sees the chaos, and she loses it. She scolds the both of them and storms off. Now, among the wreckage, Jeff and Lucky, they kind of go, yeah, we messed up. And, Jeff offers his paws. Lucky hesitates, but then accepted. They become buddies. And he start teaming up, and we get a cute montage of them cleaning up the apartment all together. Kate comes home and finds two of them on the couch under a blanket, exhausted from cleaning, finally acting like buddies. Moving on to episode 3, Part of Sharkin. Kate plans a cozy movie night with Kamala Khan and drags Jeff along on a grocery run at a local supermarket. Jeff insists on helping by sampling everything inside: blueberries, smoked salmon, and yes, a whole rotisserie chicken. He tries a bit of a celery. He don't like that, so he spits it out. Now the manager, he is furious, and Kate has to pay for the mess. Reluctantly, while Jeff looks all happy and minding with himself. Then, at the checkout, boom, robbers. Kate sighs who the robs a grocery store, and she springs into action. She's quick, she's athletic, she uses her, arrow skills, archery skills, and like throw stuff, kind of like Bullseye and like Daredevil, whatever. And Jeff, well, he swallows a whole bunch of peas and fires them out like a pea shooter, knocking out damn robbers. The two stops the robbery. The store owner thanks them and even forgives the financial disaster that Jeff caused for his store. We head back home. We get a small cameo of Kamala Khan and some of Kate's friends as they all cook dinner, have a party, enjoy each other's company, while Jeff falls asleep on the couch watching a recap of the first Avengers film. Then we segue over to episode 4, Avengers Pawsemble. Continuing on from the last episode, we have Jeff drifting into a dream. In Jeff's dream, he is Iron Jeff. Tiny red gold harness and all. Lucky becomes Captain Meridog. And the Chitauri are replaced by Swarmer Celeries, because, Jeff hates them and all. And we get a full parody of iconic moments. Hulk Bunny goes, "I'm always hungry," and he smashes up the big celery. Throg, lightning smashing, a Meridog leading civilians to safety, Cat Widow assisting from above, and so does the Eye of Hawks too. Alligator Loki gets ragdolled by Hulk Bunny. Iron Jeff does the heroic missile run, nearly powers down until the bunny belly catches him. And the press arrives and the crowd chants, "Jeff, Jeff, Jeff," and we fade out onto the real world with Kate smiling as Jeff giggles in his sleep like an adorable little gremlin. Episode 5, Fin Taco. Kate steps out, for something, and accidentally forgets to feed Jeff and lock the door. Jeff, hungry and offended, smells fish tacos drifting from the streets. So Jeff leaves the apartment and he finds a taco stand and stares at a vendor with puppy eyes. And the vendor goes, "Yeah, you're kind of ugly, bud." Jeff is furious. And the vendor shoos him away. No money, no tacos, man. So Jeff, he's got to make money somehow. He starts doing street performing for tips. He does the shark shuffle. He poses for the tourists with selfies, and it works. The tip jar fills up, and Jeff is thriving. And while performing, a lady decides to leave her baby stroller unattended, and it rolls away from there. Jeff notices and runs after it. He saves the kid, and everybody cheers him on. Jeff is soaking the attention. Well, until he finds out his tip jar is gone, broken, or stolen. Either way, he's crushed. Then, Taco Man shows up, and he quietly hands Jeff a full plate. Free fish Fridays for Jeff, as long as he shows up to his stand. Jeff sneaks home all jolly and happy, and Kate, she saw a viral rescue video of Jeff that night, and she is quite mad. But Kate, she is willing to forgive him if she can get a plate of them free tacos as well. Episode 6, the Quacky, the Sharky, and the Barky. This one isn't that well developed, I'm sorry, but it's essentially Jeff finding a lonely baby duck while walking through a park, protecting that duck as they're being chased by a coyote. People notice this, they take pictures of the Jeffy and the ducky. Jeff learns that he can swallow a whole bunch of water, and we get into some sort of the good, the bad, and the ugly standoff where Jeff finally scares away the coyote and he manages to find a mama duck and return the ducklings safely to it. Episode 7. Beach day. Kate brings Jeff along, but to avoid freaking people out, he puts Jeff in a ridiculous dolphin costume. Kamala joins along with their two buddies, Victor and Lynn. Basically normal college friends for now. Everyone's vibing. Jeff is surfing, being a menace, and he tries to eat whatever he can find inside. And after a while, Kate notices that Jeff's doing all of this doohickey stuff, and he makes him spit everything out. Then we get a bit of action. Violent waves slams the beach out of nowhere. People get stranded. Panic spreads. Kate and Kamala, along with Vic and Lynn, they jump into action. They give to people safety. And Jeff, well, he's a shark. And sharks are fast underwater. So he manages to save a whole bunch of people who were like drowning, whatever. And they all save the day with nobody really getting harmed. But as the water calms, the big question hangs. What caused that wave? We get a nice little final shot teaser with an ominous figure standing upwards from a cracked underwater prison. And on to the final episode. Episode 8. Hero of Midtown. Destruction. Fire. Fallen rubble scattered across Midtown. Hundreds of people in the area are running away. The Avengers are attempting to stop and seduce Graviton. Jeff and Lucky, they are locked up in the apartment on Kate's orders. Kate doesn't want him to get hurt. Jeff looks out, seeing people get hurt, many trapped, many hurting. And he gets a small little flashback, seeing many of his friends back in the labs being taken away one by one, never to be seen again. Jeff can't stand it any longer, so he decides to venture out. Lucky barks following him as if calling him to come back, but the two, nevertheless, head onto the streets. On the streets, chaos and terror floods the area. He goes to help people who help whoever he can see. He sees someone trapped under a car. He tries to help, but he gets scared by the flames. But he has to help. So he pushes through and tries to lift the car up with all of his might. He makes enough space for the person to get out. And that person thanks him heavily. A woman calls for his help, trapped under a metal beam. With his raw teeth, he chomps the metal beams off and swings it to another side, freeing the woman. He goes to help more and more people, leading people through the smoke. Firefighters panicking as the nearest hydrant has been broken off. Jeff puts his mouth in, swallows a whole bunch of water, and starts spraying onto buildings, getting rid of the flames. He gets a child out of a flipped car, leads neighbors to safety. Familiar people from the previous episodes, like the taco vendors, lifeguards, store owners, Lynn and Victor, they all rally with him, following Jeff's crusade to save as many people as they can around Midtown. As Battle Above concludes in the Avengers' success, they depower Graviton and move on to help people below. The Avengers, including Kate, see a community of people helping each other, all being guided by Jeff. They come down as the people champion Jeff and thank him for his work. Jeff runs to Kate and she gives him a nice hug. The people start thanking the Avengers as well. A photographer from the Daily Bugle takes a picture of Jeff for the front page with a bold new title, The Avengers' Newest and Cutest Hero. And that concludes the pitch. What do you think about this pitch? Would you make some changes? What episode ideas should Disney do? How would you frame it out? And let me know if you enjoyed the video. 2026 is a quarter way through, and I want to put all my free time into pitching new ideas and stories. If you really did enjoy it, you gotta do the thing. Like, follow, subscribe. I got a whole bunch of ideas. Let me show you the next 3 I have in mind. Other than that, see you in the next pitch.